What is going on to all the college football fans around the world? Big thumbs up to the Pitt Panther Nation. I am TALK-IS-PITT, and you guys are tuning into the #1 sports channel on YouTube that will eat, breathe, and shit everything Pitt. Today, ladies and Gentile men, I will be doing another 2025 college football schedule preview and prediction video, but this time it's going to be for the Louisville Cardinals. Yes, everybody, it is Cardinal time here at TALK-IS-PITT. Before I get into today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Click the notification bell to stay up to date for more Pitt and college football content. Also, check out the Cash App link down below. That's where you can send your donations to my channel. With all that being said, ladies and germs, let's get right into today's video. Now, I do apologize if I seem slow at this. It is about 2:40 in the morning as I'm recording this, and I'm tired, okay? But I want to get this video recorded before I go to bed. Louisville finished last season with an overall record of 9 wins and 4 losses. They had a conference record of 5 wins and 3 losses, and they are one of 4 ACC teams to have that same conference record of 5 and 3. They had wins against Austin Peay, Jacksonville State, Georgia Tech, Virginia, Boston College, Clemson, Pitt, Kentucky, and Washington in the Sun Bowl. They had losses to Notre Dame, SMU, Miami, and Stanford. Now, it seemed like a lot of the good teams last year, or some of them last year, lost to Stanford. A couple of teams in the ACC lost to them that should not have lost to them. Can they rebound in 2025? Well, it's going to be an uphill battle, and I'm not going to put Louisville up there in the top of the ACC just basically based off of the fact that they barely return anybody. They return 4 starters on offense and 4 starters on defense. That's it. And they brought in quarterback transfer Miller Moss, who probably right now is their best player on the whole entire team, or at least on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not exactly sure who those offensive starters were that they returned. I do know more about the defensive starters they return. I do know they return one of their defensive tackles, 2 of their linebackers, and a safety on the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Louisville, bringing in a transfer quarterback, 30 other transfers, and also losing 28 transfers. Some of them, or some of the production they lost from last year, just simply ran out of eligibility, and they're now in the NFL. So what does that mean for the 2025 season? Well, let's talk about the 2025 season, which they begin August 30th against Eastern Kentucky at home. That's going to be a win. Then they stay home on the 5th of September to play James Madison. Now, that game will be much closer, but I do expect Louisville to win that game towards the end. But watch out, though. James Madison did drop 70 on North Carolina. But North Carolina isn't Louisville. Louisville's 10 times more talented than North Carolina. That's just fact. But I do expect Louisville to handle James Madison. Then this makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. They already have a bye after week 2. And it's not necessarily that is confusing and what I think is dumb. It's their opponent that they have scheduled right as they're coming out of the bye, which is Bowling Green. Now, Bowling Green did play Penn State to the wire last year. But, I mean, I think a better non-conference game would have been good to have coming out of a bye week. But it is what it is, and I still do think Louisville is going to win this game by at least 2 scores. Then they have their first road game of the year, and it just so happens to be a conference game on the road against Pitt, my Pitt Panthers. I did originally have Pitt winning this game, but now that I actually think about it, because it's on the road, because Louisville is bringing a bunch of people in, they don't return a lot of production. I originally had this as a loss, which put Pitt's record when I did their prediction at 10-2. However, I'm going to change this outcome. I do not think Louisville is going to win this game. I just do not. On the road, not a lot of production returning, and Miller Moss does have, I don't want to say a big injury history, but he has a consistency problem. I think Pitt will win this game. I think it will be an upset game. I think Louisville will be favored to win. So this is where I have Louisville taking their first loss of the season on the road against Pitt. Now, with that being said, they go back home to play Virginia. This should be a game that gets their confidence back after losing a game they were most likely going to be favored in. They're going to beat the shit out of Virginia, and then they're going to rest again. And to be honest, they're going to need it, because they go on the road October 17th to play Miami. They're going to lose this game. I do not think Louisville is going to be a good road team this year, and I do think they are going to lose this game to Miami on the road, yada, yada, yada. Then they come back home on the 25th of October to play Boston College. That is a home game, like I just said, and they're going to win that game. I do think Louisville is going to be able to control Boston College high-tempo offense. You know, Bill O'Brien's now the coach at Boston College. He was there last year and did surprise a little bit of people. I thought Boston College would do worse, but they actually exceeded my expectations. But I don't think this is that same Boston College team of last year, and I do think that Louisville is going to win this game. And moving on to the month of November, and it's another away game against Virginia Tech. They're going to win this game. To be honest, I didn't do a whole ton of research on Virginia Tech because Pitt doesn't play them this year, and I'm only predicting our opponents. Louisville's going to win this game. I do think it's not going to be close. I do think this might end up being a blowout in the second half. Then the Cardinals stay home to play the California Golden Bears. And California was gutted last year in the transfer portal, or this year in the transfer portal. They were gutted. Mendoza's gone. Ott is gone. I'm not exactly sure what they return on defense or offense. So California is going to be worse than they were last year, in my opinion. And Louisville should win this game. It might be close for a quarter or two, but Louisville should win this game. Then they have another home game on the 14th of November against Clemson. Don't see them winning that game. It might be close like it was last year, but this year I don't see Louisville pulling off the win. And I do think Clemson will get its revenge against Louisville. Then they have their final road game of the year, their final ACC game of the year on the road at SMU, and I think SMU is probably going to make it back to the ACC championship this year, and I have Louisville losing to them. Then they have their season finale against their hated rival, the Kentucky Wildcats, a team Pitt does have a little bit of history against. I honestly don't have a problem with Kentucky or their fan base. I'm just a homer when it comes to the ACC a little bit. I'm going to pick Louisville to win this game, end their season with a win. And that means they will have a record of 8-4. I do think Louisville will have a record of 8-4. So that is my final prediction for Louisville. They will go 8-4 with losses to Pitt, Clemson, SMU, and Miami. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. Click the notification bell to stay up to date for more Pitt and college football content. Also, check out the Cash App link down below. So that's where you can send your donations to my channel. Let's go Pitt, let's go Pitt, let's go Pitt. See you guys next time.